What's up, everybody? This is John with Archer Film. One of the most amazing aspects of film is the sort of communal experience that we get to share, especially if the film resonates and has a deeper meaning with everyone. This was the case for the 30th anniversary of Ridley Scott's Thelma and Louise. To me, this is the greatest female empowerment film ever made. Yes, directed by a man, but it was written by a woman and starred two incredible actresses. I saw this when it came out in the theater. Back then, I tracked directors. I would watch everything a certain director did because they were exciting. Ridley Scott was one of them. In fact, his career, if you look at his filmography, it really goes back and forth and through all sorts of genres, obviously starting with Alien, but he's got so many amazing different genre leaps, and he does a lot of them incredibly well. This, to me, is an absolute masterpiece. I was so blown away and moved by the ending. It's such a great story of female empowerment. And as the story unfolds, it really touches on this sort of universal human shared experience just through the lens of women and what it means to be a woman in modern society, back then in the 90s, of course. And it's great. So I went to the 30-year anniversary, and what was cool is that was during COVID, and because it's a road movie, they did like a drive-in screening of it, which was really fascinating because everyone's in their cars. We have a big drive-in theater. Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis were there. This was in L.A., and it was cool. We're all sitting in our cars because it's a road movie. That they had one of the Thunderbirds there. When you see Brad Pitt's abs for the first time, everyone was honking their horn. It was just this great shared experience. And it's one of those things where it's a true, in my opinion, female empowerment film that really resonates with, how, a woman is treated societally, traditionally, by men in general. And I thought it actually expressed it very well and showed this sort of vulnerability, this tenderness, this incredible friendship between the two women, and also this sort of heartbreaking resolution. And I felt like that's what these modern, female empowerment movies are lacking. Things like, Promising Young Woman or Barbie or any of these things. Is this something that resonates, that expresses like when you're born into a society that's relatively oppressive to one thing, to one group or another or whatever, you realize that like we're all sort of born into this. Yes, I am a straight white male, but I have my own limitations based on society, based on class, based on just everyday life. There's a lot of machinations and institutions around me that I have no control over. And I think that is the universal sort of story that we can all relate to in this movie. We just sort of relate to it through the lens of female empowerment. And it's quite effective. By the end, you're blown away. It's so powerful. I'm not going to give away the end. If you've not seen Thelma and Louise, you need to see it. It's incredible. But again, it has that thing, not just a unifying theme of what it means to be, oppressed in society, but also it has this powerful resolution that resonates. And it's incredible. The soundtrack by Hans Zimmer is, in my opinion, iconic. There's something about the performances of these women, the writing, the script is so impeccable, in my opinion, as far as how the characters develop and change through the course of it. Clearly, when Brad Pitt shows up, he absolutely steals the show, which is very difficult because Gina Davis is so good in it too. Not to mention Christopher McDonald as Gina Davis's husband. His comedic delivery and the levity that he brings to like relieve tension. Every single scene he's in just cracks me up. It is so quotable. But when you see Brad Pitt, it's clear that this guy is going to be a star. This was like one of his first roles, the first thing I ever saw him in, and it's clear that the guy is going to be a star. He just has that charisma and has that look. So all of those elements together, production design, cinematography, everything works so perfectly. I think this is Ridley Scott at the height of his directing abilities, and it was, ballsy to me that he would take a script like this about female empowerment, and, sometimes maybe it takes the eyes of someone else. Like, obviously he's British, he's a male, he's older, and he's able to sort of see what Halle Curry was doing with that script, and in my opinion, executes it perfectly. So yeah, if you want to see an incredible female empowerment movie that is so entertaining, so funny, so heartbreaking, so tender, and just all around a great film, check out Thelma and Louise, because there is none better. If you have one that's better or equally as good, then, put it in the comments, because I'd love to check it out. All right, thanks for listening, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.